Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Apparently, the APC-led government, both Buhari's tenure and Bola Ahmed Tinubu's tenure, seem to have their hands very full. In fact, one would have expected that Buhari, as he's resting or as he has left the seat, he should be resting, unless this is when the new drama is about to take place. Of course, the Nigerian news, actually 2-in-1, very interesting news. Many Nigerians are watching. It looks like Bola Ahmed Tinubu is trying to play another politics that all Nigerians are watching in 3D. Is it strange? You will find out. But before we go into the news proper, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You set bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Where Dr. George Oba, a whistleblower and an anti-corruption crusader, said he had submitted a petition at the International Criminal Court against ex-President Muhammadu Buhari and the suspended governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Buhari Emefiele, over crimes purportedly committed against Nigerians and the implementation of the Naira redesign. Recall that Nigerians lamented the hardship caused by Emefiele's Naira redesign policy in the first quarter of the year, which led to an acute scarcity of the nation's currency. Consequently, the anger over the suffering caused by the policy led to death and destruction of bank premises and properties. Months later, Oba said he had approached the ICC in Hague to get justice for Nigerians. He said the petition was submitted as at Tuesday, June 20th, 2023. He said, I am at the ICC in Hague, in Netherlands, rather. I have filed a petition against former President Muhammadu Buhari and the suspended governor of CBN, that's Godwin Emefiele, regarding the acts they committed in Naira redesign policy that affected a lot of Nigerians, causing suffering, starvation, death, and other inhuman acts. The petition has merit, and I pray the prosecutor initiate the investigation, he said. Recall that Oba was allegedly detained for 101 days by Emefiele in 2019 for exposing corruption at the Central Bank of Nigeria. Wow, this is really tit for tat. But in another news, which is actually the cocoa of the news, is the fact that Nigerians are really shocked over what is playing out in this present Bola Ahmed Tinubu's dispensation. And this is what they have found out. And the person calling out Bola Ahmed Tinubu and in general the government of the day is actually from S.West, and this is what he's got to say. Well, the gubernatorial minister or the gubernatorial aspirant for PDP in Ogun State 2023 election, that's Segun Sowunmi, has alleged that the other ethnic groups are watching the steps taken by the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He said in a meeting with Yoruba media practitioners that the president has appointed Yoruba people in positions of governance, according to him, Tinubu has to avoid the mistakes of his predecessor by bringing everyone together in his government. He said, and I quote him, the Hausas, the Igbos, and all other ethnic groups are looking, saying the Yoruba have it now. We will see how they will handle it. The Chief of Army Staff is a Yoruba man, the IG is a Yoruba man, the Customs CG is a Yoruba man, and the CBN head is also a Yoruba man. They won't be surprised if a Yoruba man also becomes the Minister of Finance. All these steps that Tinubu is taking, they are monitoring and watching. I can say this because we are close to them. In all honesty, Nigerians are wondering, is this how the new policy will play out? Anybody who is in government, that tribe begins to rule and every other tribe becomes just followers. Nigerians have taken turn to react. Don't forget that in the 8 years rule and 8 years tenure, or rather 8 years rule of Buhari, something played out. You could barely see a Southeasterner. You could barely see a Southwesterner. You could just the picket here and there. It was solely for the North, so much that Northerners could beat their chest that they can rule Nigeria for 100 years simply because they were in pure position of power. But this time around, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is, shall I say, reshuffling the whole system, where for a change, the Yoruba men are ruling. Is it the first to do it? No. Is it, continue from the predecessor? Maybe. Is it a heady one? I don't think so. But then again, there's some persons will say, an adage is that is will say, more meh for goat. You cannot be calling me meh as a goat and you call my own colleague goat. You give me a local name, but you give my own colleague a sweet and English and international name. We're all one and the same. I guess Bola Tinubu also wants to play the same card that the Northerners played, and so that they can understand how it feels or how it bites. If you notice very critically, a whole lot of the Northerners who have been so supportive of him are just very quiet, not because they don't know what to say, but because they are really surprised that this is not what they're getting. One would have expected that. We are just hoping anyway, because they're waiting earnestly to see the ministerial list, if their names will come in, like the likes of Ganduje, the likes of El Rufai, and I would not be surprised to see them in the ministerial list. Probably just to, some persons say, even if Bola Tinubu want to play ethnic card in politics, but for the now, because they brought them in, they have brought him in, and also for the fact that his case is still in the petition tribunal, he should actually satisfy those who actually did a lot to bring him in by actually giving them ministerial list for the now. Maybe like a year into the whole process, he can actually kick them out and put the main people he wants to. But then, it is not me to say, it's for him to say. Many Nigerians have taken to the social media handle to react to this abnormality that has become a norm in Nigerian politics. It's against competence and integrity. It's not a case of loyalty and ethnicity. Let's feel the pulse of Nigerians. This one here says, we witnessed the Jonathan regime and its composition. The Buhari regime is still fresh in our memory. Yoruba local men, B akata ba lewo si enu. Excuse me, I'll take that again. If you want to criticize the government, don't end up criticizing yourself. Those positions need total or absolute loyalty for the survival of Asiwaju government. This person here says, so Nigeria is divided already now. Any ethnic group that comes on board will do the same thing. Exactly. And that's actually my fear. Which means all ethnic groups will now start fighting for their own to enter, so that they too will now become the king on board instead of Nigeria as a whole. This one here says, Peter Obi is different because he will make his appointment on ground of competence and capacity, irrespective of tribe. Well, he's not yet in, and I don't think they will actually want him to come in. Though an average Nigerian out there would love to see Peter Obi on seat so they can see him perform those promises he made to Nigerians. But will they want him in? Will the system of corruption want him in? That's another food for thought. This person here says, let him be careful during appointment, or we Hausa, we can go against him next forthcoming election. See, well, 4 years is still a long distance. Don't think 4 years is a sprint. It's a long time. Anything and everything can happen. If he puts his brothers on seat and adjust the whole system, he will have a smooth ride to enter nicely. All he needs to do is put very strong loyalists and adjust the electoral act to suit him just perfectly. If Buhari can do it, Tinubu too can do it. I'm not trying to support him. I'm only trying to tell you how we can move from one level of corruption to a higher dimension of corruption simply because we allowed it. That's going to wrap it up. Let's meet in that conversation.